What's up, YouTube? William here. I know it has been a little bit since we've had some new content going on, and I'm here to give you an update on why that's the case. And I'm coming to you live not from my new home, but Shanghai. So, first things first, let's get it out of the way. Why am I sitting in a hotel room in Shanghai? I do still live in Seoul, but we're here to kick things off in the new year with a Counter-Strike event. We're here for 2023 Extremes Land with some CS here in Asia. In case you're wondering, it is still January 2024. The event is just called 2023 Extremes Land. So this is going to be my first chance of casting some Counter-Strike. And I'm very excited, quite honored, and to be honest, a fair bit nervous as well. Not just because it's my first time casting CS. I mean, the first time you're casting any game, whether it's new or old, there does come a fair bit of nervous with that, just because, you want to make sure you deliver. But at the same time, I had the honor of being part of some CS events at the heart of it in the past. Now, back then it was as a host, but I really got to get involved and get a feel for just how deep the story and the history of the game and the competitive side, the players, how far it really goes, and then the energy that comes from it as well, and really getting to appreciate the nuance of the skill expression, whether it's in-game or outside of game and things like that. So, it's one of those moments where I'm like, I finally get this chance to get more involved into it at this event, and I want to deliver. Because I've been on the receiving end of it, right? I've been able to sit back and appreciate all of that delivery to me, whether it's as a viewer or even as a host, getting to draw it out of my colleagues and really revel in it together on stage. So I've always really enjoyed CS events, and I am very, very much looking forward to this one as well. That's just for the immediate weekend. That's why I'm here. So continuing to focus on this event for the time being. But off the back of that, obviously that meant I had to prep for this event a little bit. And then on top of it, I had a lot of big changes happening in my own life in the past month or 2 months. So let's rewind time a little bit. Towards the end of 2023, first big thing is I bought my very first home. Well, our first home, because I bought it with my then fiance, now my wife. So we bought our first house. That was a daunting experience, to be very honest, but I'm very glad we did so. We are very thrilled to have our own place now and to be able to kind of build on top of it. That also meant that, obviously we had to start getting ready to settle into our new home, but amidst all that, of course, we had our wedding to finish planning for. So most of the planning was done before the end of the year, but just, last minute stuff. All in all, our wedding went very well. We had a lot more guests show up than we had thought and expected. So very appreciative of that. I think it was just heartwarming. Easter egg, I also performed violin at my own wedding for like the first time in like 10 years or so. I played a couple times with the church orchestra when I was in LA, but this was the first time in a long time that I've performed in front of a crowd solo. So it was a little nerve-wracking, but it went well. More than anything, my wife enjoyed it, and I wanted to play violin for my wife because she's never had a chance of listening to me play violin since I stopped playing it once I went to college. So I was glad I was able to do that kind of as a gift for our own wedding. Afterwards, we went on our honeymoon to the Maldives. So I was there for a week just chilling out and having some good food. We had some really good food right from the moment we landed. I had some good drinks, enjoyed the water some more, tried to remember how to learn a bike, and then enjoyed biking some more, had some more good food. One of the better burgers I've ever had that burger a second time before we left, and then had one of the best steaks I've ever had that steak a second time. Just a lot, you get the idea. Lots of good food, lots of good drinks. Thankfully, even the weather worked out. The forecast said it was gonna rain that 1 week that we were there, but we only had some brief showers, and we actually had one day full of sun where we even successfully went out snorkeling. And got to see a lot of fish. Didn't get to catch too much of it because I didn't have all the right setup. So I just kind of had my phone dangling on a necklace in a pouch. But we still got to see a lot of fish. The waters were very clear. If anyone's ever considering going to the Maldives for a honeymoon, I absolutely recommend. The best choice we made in terms of destination. So we both got to just relax, kind of be checked out from any work and do a good reset, focus on ourselves, and have a good start to our marriage. Now, once we got back, originally I thought, okay, 3 to 4 days to settle back in and I'll get back on the grind. That did not happen because it turns out settling into an entirely new home that's empty and that is now yours for the long term takes a little while, and there's a lot of things to do. So even though we had some basic interior done, there were a couple things to fix up, obviously just more furniture to buy and all of that. So bottom line, listen, I got married, I'm starting a new chapter in my life, and I've been having to settle in, and I've wanted to prioritize that because quite frankly, that my family is going to stick with me for the rest of my life, whereas my content might change in the middle. So priorities. That's why I haven't been able to get any more content going. The good update is after Extremes Land, once I get back home, we are pretty much all settled in, and with Extremes Land, I'm kind of kicking things off, getting back into gear, so I should be able to jump right back on the week I return next week. So that's the update I wanted to give. There's also another project that I was working on that we just kicked off last week as well. So hopefully I'll have updates on that soon. Nothing too crazy, but just something more I've been working on. So listen, it's not like I've been quiet and going dark in gaming and esports. It's just I haven't been able to put anything out just yet. Starting next week, we should be back. And then more than anything, obviously the next couple of days, we're going to have CS going on here in Shanghai. So hopefully you guys tune into that. It's going to be live on Twitch and YouTube. And hopefully we can all enjoy some Counter-Strike, some Asian Counter-Strike this weekend from Extremes Land. That's a quick update from William here. Thank you so much for those of you who have been patient. I know some of you have left some new comments on some of the older videos as well, asking some updates. You want to hear my new thoughts on some of the Valorant scene stuff, as well as there have been a lot of news both inside the game and inside the scene. Don't worry, we'll get to all that when I get back home. So once again, thank you. If there are any things you want to hear about, please leave it down in the comments below, or maybe, whether it's other games or other things you are looking forward to in 2024, just let me know. Listen, I'm ready to dabble into more things. So I'll read through the comments. And then of course, shout out to everyone who's been subscribing to the channel. I promise you, we will have more content coming up. Well, that's it for now. The next time I see you, we'll be back at home in our new home with some more content. I'll see you guys then.